What inspires you lately? Like, what is your vibe up to these days? 'Cause, like, the whole COVID shit's gone on, a whole almost year's gone by. Like, tell us a little bit about what's going on in the world of Budda Child. Because much as I could ramble forever, and trust me, I can ramble
Wow,
forever.
like
They care more about you.
last time I seen you when it was like January, yo, a lot has changed. Honestly, like I'm expecting another child now. You know what I mean?
I'll say
I'm breaking
word.
into the whole world. I didn't even tell nobody yet. You know what I mean? Expecting a daughter, and I'll give me some more material to write. You know what I mean? And it's just my life. You know, like what inspires and you know, good production really brings that out of me. You know, and I always talk about my life because I'm really introspective like that. You know, and I always come up with like concepts and stuff. I always challenge myself. You know, like the next album is called Be Water, and I have a track on that. Oh my god, it's called Best Friend. And I'm just talking about vagina, like in the most conceptual, metaphorical way, you know? Wait till the shit drops, man. I might even do a video for that shit. I was gonna blow your mind, you know?
He's like mad serious about everything, and then he's like, and the shit's about vaginas.
Yeah. And I'm just talking about it, and you won't even get it to the end type shit, you know? It's so metaphorical and shit like that, you know? But like shit like that, you know? Like Nas, like certain artists inspires me, you know? Like I was watching this thing about Ghostface talking about storytellers and shit like that, and he's like one of the best, you know?
Facts.
Like just off that verse for Impossible, you know what I mean? But he was just saying how Nas is such an ill storyteller, how he did this shit, like I gave you power with the gun and rewind and all this, you know? Shit like that inspires me. So each album I have like a track like that at least, you know? Like a real conceptual track, you know, just show them I'm like creative like that, you know what I mean? It can't just be like I'm the best, this and that, you know? I hate tracks like that, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, my issue with on the best tracks is when it's empirically provable you're not the best. Like, I don't know, if you do a lot of heavy rhyming and Eminem's still dropping albums and you expect me to believe you're better than Eminem, it's like, he's not even I don't even really like M like that no more. But like, if we're talking about that shit, it's like, bro, I don't know if you're really the best, no, you know, like,
You don't fuck with M no more like that, man? You did the rap god shit, bro.
I think Rap God's a super cool song because it's like this homage to like when you really break it down, everybody he name drops in Rap God is like a god in the sense of the hip hop term. You know, like they're all people that inspired him and shit. And then you get Dax's version of Rap God where it's like Dax is like, I'm the best, and it's like, it's like, it doesn't hit the same.
I don't even know who Dax is.
He's an Ottawa rapper. No offense
Okay.
to Dax. He's like actually really good live. So if you're really good live, I'm actually okay with some shit, and I gotta give him props for that. But like, Eminem's Rap God is basically like a love letter to everybody that came before him. He was like
I respect that.
listing people I'd never fucking heard of. Like I never heard of fucking JJ Fad before that track. And then it's like we get to the point where later on I feel like he just is a rich guy whining about rich guy stuff.
I don't know. I talked to my girl about this. Like every track, man, is like sometimes just screaming too much. He needs to like have like a laid back vibe kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's like too intense kind of thing. You know? Do you find that or no?
Sometimes
Even his radio tracks, like yo, relax. You know what I mean? Like how Busta he took it down a notch for Put Your Hands Where Eyes Can See. You know, like do some shit like that. You know?
I really liked Busta's last album, actually. Busta's last album was a good thing because he knew he was kind of older, so he wasn't even trying to do like a lot of that shit. It was a little bit more calmer, a little bit more boss man, a little bit more I don't even need to impress you with that. Like, listen, I want my billionaires and millionaires and shit to be like people I want to be like and shit, I suppose. And I feel like when it comes down to the content, I would rather listen to a dude in my city than a really rich guy whining about his elevator and shit. And I don't mean it like he doesn't have all the talent in the world, but like, come on, I've listened to like 500 Eminem songs or whatever. Like, at a certain point, I'm like, I don't know how much I care about it, but I like a few of them. But then it's like, I don't know, Pop Smoke's more interesting to listen to, or like a lot of other guys I find
No, I agree.
more interesting to, or like lately, like Nate Husser has my attention a lot, you know, like, and things like that. Like, I'm trying to like, I spend so much time listening to the music of like the people that I fucking interview and shit that it's like you kind of like, I kind of would rather consume music that at least hits me in some way that I can relate to. And I do not feel that Eminem has made a song I can relate to in a really long time. And I know a lot of people don't want to have that from their music, but for me, it's like that. I'm not like angry like when I'm young, so I don't connect with the shit I used to listen to. And he never made music for adult me, because he's still trying to make music for young me, is my feeling.
Yeah, I felt like the whole Encore album was like that, man. I'm like, yo, come on, man. It was just like making all these sound effects, you know. I like the Eminem show, like the mature shit. Like that was my favorite Eminem album.
That's my favorite.
Since then, I don't know, like.
But I was also 15 when it came out, so it's like.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
I mean, like now we're like, I don't know. I feel like Drake dropped Scorpion, and at first I made fun of Drake, but like that's a super impressive double album.
I gotta go back and listen to it. You know what I mean?
Like
that's too much like songs for me. You know what I mean? But like, I feel like he did it again too. Like, yo, he's dropping mad songs each album.
I don't know about Certified Lover Boy. There's not really anything that I've heard on that album that I feel like really grabbed me. Whereas Donda got me with a few of them, like that one where it's like, if I hit you with a WID, better hit me back with a hi. With a bunch of eyes, and you're like, yo, that shit's a fucking.
He's a funny guy, you know.
And you're like, so I hit my dude with a WID this morning, and then I sent him a clip of the truck.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I feel like Donda is an experience. You might not like it, but like that shit was super. Like it was worth going through, because like the ones to slap, like that one where he's got like the speech at the end from the dude whose dad's in jail, and you're like,
yeah.
I heard it like 6 times. Every time I heard it, I'm like, you
He's been in jail like for 46 years, some shit like that. I like, holy fuck.
I don't feel like Drake made me feel anything on Certified Lover Boy, whereas he actually made me feel shit on Scorpion, and I really liked that project a lot. Like it really connected with me in a bigger way, and I don't know, that shit just matters to me more. I don't even care if anybody's a good rapper. Like I stopped giving a shit. I'm like, I don't know.
No, but like, yo, the same thing happened to me the other day. Like, yo, I heard French's album, French Montana.
Oh my
that
gosh.
shit bangs like crazy. I can't believe it.
With me, get it back.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I don't even fuck with that song that much. But like, everything else is crazy. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit, you got Harry Fraud or whatever, like doing his beats. I can't believe my ears, man. He
really
like the violin, man. He was going hard with the violin on the album. Like, yo, he knows how to make anthems, man. I can't even hate it. I was trying to hate, but I can't even hate.
Nah, I felt the same way, because I heard a few of his, because I was in New York when he was on the radio or whatever, because I got to listen to Hot 97. I was like, yeah,
no way.
Hot 97. And it was Drake, Pop Smoke, and like fucking a couple other people. And
That's what they play? Okay.
I'm like, wow, Drake, yo, for real?
From Canada, yes, Canada representing.
Yeah, my dude was like, yo, Drake been hot since like 2010, bro. And I'm like, oh, shout out Drake.
Yeah, he's probably the most played on the radio anyway, you know.
I'm like, yeah, so I'm like, yo, because I heard that Fuck With Me got a bag, and he had some bars in there, like, you know, like, my little chain costs more than your big chain. I'm like, actually, that's a hard bar. Like, that's the kind of flex you actually have to have money to know. And then, like, I heard the next one, and I'm like, wait a second. And then my dude ran me through his hits, and I'm like, nah, he
got pure hits, man.
He like, and like, I think people judge him on like a 2013 vibe, but he just never stopped, and he just kept working with famous producers and people.
Yeah, I don't think he drops like enough albums consistently, but when he does, yo, you can't deny that. Yo.
I'm sure his mixtape game though is like up there, right?
Yeah, I think he dropped mad shit, but this is the first album I heard completely from him. Man. That shit bangs, man. It's very shocking.
But I wonder if it's also like where we're at, right? Like, you know, because I feel like this isn't even as an artist, as a person in life, I feel like I'm doing alright. Not like crazy winning, but like more celebratory than say misery.